I know nothing. Just Sayyidina Ali al-Hujwari, the one whom you have come to see him, he had just informed me that my son Tahir has come and you have to take care of him. He is our son. He wants dinner and dinner should be without chilies. And he wants food, milk. You arrange dinner and milk for him. Just he has commanded me. I don't know who you are, where you have come from. I don't know nothing, anything. So if you put efforts, you try to put efforts in your life, then the door of divine blessing is not closed now. It is not the case that it was open in old days and now it is closed. It will never close till day of judgment unless you become the true recipients. True recipient. You become able to receive. So this was the beginning. Then I used to meditate after Isha, and that old man also used to meditate up to 3 o'clock, 7, 8 hours in meditation, sitting like this. But in those days there was no back problem, no neck problem, no legs problem. So I could do meditation for 6 hours, 7 hours were nothing for us. And sitting in halqa zikr and zikr bil jahr for 5, 6 hours, right after tahajjud, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, till Fajr and till Ishraq and till Salatul Duha in my holidays. Then when college and schools were open, then accordingly, Ishraq and then. I used to sit after Maghrib on my study chair in my young life and just used to get up for Tahajjud, then for Fajr and then for Ishraq and then have breakfast and used to go to my school. That's it. So, don't take these things as difficulties. These are just requirements of your preparatory requirements. These are essential requirements to prepare for some good thing. Look at the life of every prophet, every wali, where Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam was thrown. Then he was imprisoned for 9 years and finally he received the place where he was supposed to go. And Sayyidina Dawood, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam and Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam from country to country, city to city. What happened to other prophets? Sayyidina Zakaria alayhi salam, Sayyidina Yahya alayhi salam. What happened to Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam? So the whole life is full of mihna, riyada and hijrah. And all awliya. Sayyidina Imam Abu Hasan al-Shazili, thrown out from his city, spent life years in the sea, and there he got the revelation, spiritual revelation. Hizbul Bahr. Look at Imam Bayezid al-Bistami, thrown out of his city. Imam Ghazali, given a big verdict against him and he was put in problems. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal in prison. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa in prison. They got punishments. They were given the punishment of stripes. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. And all great awliya of that time. So try to change your life and try to love difficulties. Try to love inconveniences. Try to love with all difficult circumstances. Love the difficult circumstances. Almighty Allah will open the door of easiness for you. Inna ma'al usri yusran. Inna ma'al usri yusra. The door of easiness opens only after you pass through the door of hardship. Easiness comes after hardships and difficulties. And what kind of difficulties and hardships? For deen, for ilm, for taqwa, for purity. For purity. Try to bring purity in your life. Try to be pious. In your young life, this is easy at this time. And if you start repenting when you grow older, then the time would be lost. My dear daughters and my dear sons, be like this so that angels may come to see you. And if you become pious, then maybe you become the reason of my forgiveness. Because I have nothing, I have no good act in my life. I have nothing with me which I could present in front of Almighty Allah. I am ashamed. I could do nothing in my life to please my Lord and to please my beloved Prophet. I feel my life is just a failure, nothing. I could do nothing for my Lord, for Allah and His Prophet. Everyone has to die, I think. Just do something for yourself and do something for myself. If you become pious and you become people of Jannah, and Almighty Allah is pleased with you, then maybe you see me at that time on the day of resurrection, that angels were taking me to throw me in the hellfire. Maybe any one of you would see at that time that he is the person, he is the man who used to give us lecture on Al-Hidayah. He used to teach us good things. And we became pious because of his request, his teaching, his instruction. Maybe at that time you stand up and you do intercession and request Almighty Allah, "Oh Lord, if you are sending us to Jannah, please forgive this sinful man, forgive this man." We became good and pious because of his teaching. So maybe because of your intercession and shafa'ah, I will get forgiveness and get rid of hellfire. Otherwise my own life and my own a'mal and my acts, they deserve hellfire. As far as my life and my acts are concerned, I deserve hellfire. Not more than that. Maybe you become intercessors for me, become the means of forgiveness and pardon for me. Just coming here, sitting, listening to me, getting the lectures, notes, going back without any practical and real change in life will make me more shameful. I will think as if there is no effect in my preaching, in my words. I couldn't change you. If you don't change, this is not your failure, this is my failure. You are not at fault. If you don't become pious, this is not your fault. I swear by God, this is not your fault. This is my fault, my deficiency, because of my sins. My words don't have any effectivity, that's why you couldn't change yourself. And if you change yourself and become pious, God-fearing, worshipping, good worshippers, good servants of Allah, sincere, faithful and loyal servants of Almighty Allah and slaves of Almighty Allah, and you start hating these attractions of world and you start loving the attractions of life hereafter. Live in dunya, but become friends of akhirah. Live in dunya, but remain friends of akhirah. Don't be friends of dunya. You may live in dunya, but don't let dunya live into your heart. You live in dunya, but don't let dunya to live in your heart. I am repeating, live in dunya, in this world, but don't let this world enter into your heart.